Hey, what up guys? Training has been feeling really good, surprisingly, with all the crazy ass shit that's happening in 2020. Even with my eczema and just my body breaking down, my strength is actually coming up. And ever since I finished the marathon, I've been really focusing on trying to get my squats up, because we all know that's my weakest lift. And during marathon training, I wasn't squatting very much at all, just because I'm running so much. And simultaneously, we've been R&D'ing our new creatine, our strength stack, and it's been working really good. So last week, I just hit 405 for 8 on squats at a brand new body weight, or at a new low body weight of 189. The last time I hit anything close to that was, I believe, 405 or 415 for 7 or 8, and I was around 215-ish. So this is 20 pounds lighter, still hitting the same weight in a craziest year of my life, at least. And so I've been really optimistic about training, and I actually can't wait to compete. Unfortunately, there's just not that many gyms or even powerlifting meets going on right now, but the minute that there will be, I will compete for sure, just to see where my numbers are at. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna slowly keep chipping away at that strength and really get my strength back, especially since there's not that many distractions anymore. It's not like I can sign up for another marathon or for another random BJJ competition or anything like that, you know. It's pretty much home gym, work on strength and conditioning, that's it, keeping it simple. I feel strong and I feel good, and I feel like I'm going back to the roots of why all of this was even created, which is to be the strongest version of yourself. So today I have a pretty standard leg hypertrophy workout. I did high bar, 3 sets of 5 with 315, keeping it nice and controlled so I can feel it in my quads. Then I do back off sets of 225 for 2 sets of 8, and I've been really liking doing these 2 or 3 sets of back off sets, because one, I think when you finish the top set, you feel like your workout's over, so you don't have like this mental stress of like, damn, I got 2 more sets. And it's a weight that's light enough where you're like, oh cool, yeah, I'll breeze through that. I just gotta make sure I keep good form. So when you're doing it, it feels light. It doesn't feel like you gotta really get amped for it, but then after you're done, you get this crazy good pump in the legs, and it's just slightly a little bit more fatigue, training stimulus that for me has been working a lot, especially with the creatine that I'm taking, because we have a couple of things that we put in there that is meant for you to push your reps higher and higher and higher. So it works really good for people that like to do AMRAP training. And today's workout, I did go a little bit lighter than usual, because last week, unfortunately, literally 2 days after I hit my PR, I tweaked my back a little bit, and I was deadlifting, and because I was so tired because I woke up at 4 a.m. to do the podcast, I pretty much was like zombie mode driving to the gym, and I was just kind of going through the motions, which you should never do. But I was going through the motions, and on my deadlift, mid-set, I readjusted my hands, and I don't think I tightened everything correctly, and when I pulled, I was like, oh shit! I had to drop the weight immediately, and my back was like throbbing. And usually my old self, my non-smart self, I was like, oh, you wanna be a little bitch, little back? I would've been fucking do way more reps, but this time I'm like, long term. It's not that your back wants to be a little bitch. You don't need to punish it, just relax. So I did a bunch of like cat camels, mobility exercises, and it feels way better. So today, I did go a little bit lighter just to keep things safe, and also gave me a chance to really work on hypertrophy and not focus so much on being like explosive and moving the weights fast, but more so really activating all the muscles. And I still feel really good today, so really good. I'll be right back to it, and hopefully in like a few weeks I'll be able to hit 405 for 2 sets of 8, which is the goal, and eventually I want to hit 405 for 3 sets of 8, and that's when I'm going to start tapering, because I think I'll be really close to the 500 mark that I've been trying to hit for the past 700 years. And then my second workout was lunges, and I've been doing these rotating lunges, which I've been loving a lot, because you know, for me, working out is not only a means to getting lean and building strength, but it's also how you adapt it to your other hobbies and adapt it to your real life. And for me, I've been really loving boxing, I've been loving kickboxing, and one thing that I've noticed is I have power in a rotational movement. Because you know, when you're powerlifting and you're squatting and deadlifting, it's very stationary, very static, there's not too much rotational movement. So that's why when you see bodybuilders or powerlifters first box, they're just kind of hitting with their arms, and they don't have like this nice swing that you see like the more experienced guys do. So I wanted to start doing workouts that can hit the hypertrophy that I need, but also start moving my body in ways that I've been putting the demand onto. and I've been doing these rotational lunges, and I really focus on trying to get my body to twist 90 degrees, but still looking forward at my target. And it's been feeling really good, and I can feel way more power in my uppercuts and way more rotation. And then after that, I hit hamstrings. Hamstrings is something I've been hammering like crazy, and I've been doing, I keep doing these waves of like 3 sets of 20, 3 sets of 15, 3 sets of 10. And then I bump up the weight, 3 sets of 20, 3 sets of 15, 3 sets of 10. And that's really cool because even with our strength stack, our new creatine, we did put a little bit of stuff in there, like I was saying, to help you increase the AMRAP. And you know, for me, if you're trying to build up your squat, you gotta really address the limiting factor. And for mine, has always been hamstrings. So, you know, like I've been saying during this whole quarantine time, I've really just been focusing on my weaknesses and really kind of putting the ego aside, putting what the fun stuff is aside, and really focusing on the stuff that has been holding me back all these years. So I've been hitting hamstrings, and then afterwards I did abs and core, which is something I also never do. But now that I am playing more sports, I do realize that is also another weakest link, where my legs might be strong and have a good strong foundation, but if I need to move, my legs move first and then my body follows, because my core isn't tight to keep my whole body together. So I've been really focusing on my core and my hamstrings, and I think I've shown tremendous improvement in not just the powerlifting part, but also the fun stuff that I've been liking doing, which is all the martial arts stuff. So I can't wait, honestly, for this to all be over so I can finally take BJJ. I've been wanting to take BJJ since January, and they keep opening and closing, but overall my body feels good, training feels good, I'm getting leaner, under 190 finally, and I'm really excited to see what the rest of the year holds for me. Once again, thank you guys for following me along my fitness journey. We've got some really good news. Our strength stack is actually dropping next Wednesday, July 29 at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and stay tuned. We're gonna have a full breakdown video of how the strength stack was created and what makes our creatine different than everything else on the market. Make sure you stay tuned for that. For all your other fitness needs, go to the link below, barbellbrigade.com. We got you covered. See you guys next time. Peace.